Hello, I'm Cyril and this is my 5th Unix lab experiment. Here I'm going to use file operation using cut and grep. So the first question, we have 5 questions. The first question is to write a shell script to find the frequency of the occurrence of alphabet C in the content of the given file name. So what we're going to do is we're going to use grep and then we're going to ask the user to enter a character or word that is to be searched, and we're going to read it in A. So here we're gonna, and then we're gonna ask the user for the file name and read it into B. Then we're gonna use grep and then the word that is to be searched, and then we're gonna open the file that the user gives, and then we're gonna do word count. So the word count's gonna search for the number of times the given word is entered, and it's gonna give out the number. Second question is to write a shell script that given a person's UID tells you how many times the person is logged on. So here we're gonna ask the user for the user ID, and to find the number of times we're gonna log in, we're gonna use who and then grep, and we're gonna word count it, and the word count is gonna give the number of times the user has been logged on to the system. Next is to write a shell script that takes the UID as an argument and prints out the person's name, home directory, shell, and group number. So here we're gonna we're gonna ask the user log of the user. So here it's gonna go into etc password, and then it's gonna cut the first column from the users. So here we're gonna select, so it's gonna give out a number of files. So from there we're gonna select which user we want to select. So from the number of files we're gonna use one of the files, so that is going to be read into the user file, and then we're gonna print out the username, password, user ID, group ID, directory, and shell name, and for that we're gonna use grep and then user. So this here user, it's gonna come from the one we're gonna select, and then it's gonna print cut out these positions. Like here it's gonna, for the username it's gonna cut out the first position and print it, for the password the second, the user ID third, and so on. The fourth one is to write a shell script to check whether a particular user is using the system or not, and then if it is using, then we're gonna print out his pseudo terminal number and his IP address. So we're gonna do the similar thing here. We're gonna use who am I code. So we're gonna do who am I, and in place of username we're gonna, like for username we're gonna use the first column. So we're gonna use pipeline, and then we're gonna cut the first column. For terminal it's going to be the second column, for date 8th column, for IP address the 10th column. Now fifth is to write a shell script to print the number of occurrence for the given word within the file etc password. So here we're gonna ask the user to enter the file name and then the word to be searched, and then we're gonna use grep and the file name, and we're gonna open the file and we're gonna do the file count. So let's run the program. Find the frequency of occurrence of an alphabet, enter the character or the word to be searched. So we want to search the C character. The file name is Unix_txt. Awesome. File.txt. So the frequency is 4, so the number of times C is present is 4. So now for the second one, the user number is 0. So the number of times this user ID has been logged in is 1, and then print out the person's name and home directory. So here we have a list of users. So now we are asked to select the user from the above list. We're going to select root. So now it's going to print out the username, the password, user ID, group ID, and directory. Now the fourth one is to print out the username, terminal, date, time, and IP address. And now the fifth one is to print the number of occurrence of a word within a file. So file name is unix_file.txt. The word, let's take a. So 5 times the word a is present in the file. So that was the fifth experiment. Thank you.